Ha! 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 I knew you were back. I knew you were out. I saw your tracks in my kitchen. All right, welcome back. I'm glad you're still alive. You look okay, but you have an idea for a script, right? Right? Let's hear it. What do you got? What are you calling it? WestWorld.
5055899, put on the y-axis, confirm a reading of...
So, it's a Western? You know, I'm not really a fan of Westerns. I have reasons not to make one.
Oh no, it's not a Western. Not at all. It's a science fiction film.
Okay, then why is it called WestWorld?
Because it's about a theme park that looks just like the Wild Wild West.
Why do I feel like this whole pitch is just your way of trying to trick me into making a Western?
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. Like I said, it's a science fiction movie.
But what about a theme park makes it science fiction exactly?
Because the entire park is made up of entirely robots.
Robots, you say? You have my attention.
Thought you might like that. So we start by having a commercial that explains that this theme park called Delos has two worlds, Medieval World and West World.
No. Can't leave it at two. Sure, guys will love being in the Wild West and medieval times, but what about the ladies? They need some love too, you know. Make a third world. We'll call it Rome World.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult to pull off. So anyway, this guy is interviewing people coming back from Delos, and we've quickly established that the whole park is filled with robots that look just like people, and that you can do whatever you want in these worlds. You can have gunfights, you can have sword fights, you can be the sheriff, whatever you want to do.
Ooh, and we'll have a woman saying how much fun she had with the men in Rome World.
Okay, I don't really think that's necessary.
Trust me, if you want to get any of my ex-wives to watch this movie, it's not only necessary, it's an absolute.
If you say so. Alright, we then cut to a bunch of new guests coming to the theme park. We've got John, a guy who's been in Westworld before. He's bringing along his buddy Peter, who's going there for the first time. We also have some random middle-aged guy going to Medieval World, and we've got our comic relief guy going to Westworld.
And we have a woman going to Rome World. We'll make it middle-aged guy's wife.
And you don't think that middle-aged guy is going to have a problem with his wife going to a place that you are implying is just for sex?
Oh, please. Are you seriously telling me that people are going to Medieval World not to have sex with queens, servants, and barmaids?
Oh, actually, I was planning on having him there to challenge the Black Knight to a duel for the hand of the queen.
You have no penis, do you? No. Right. And now we'll have it that he's doing that to get her in the sack. So, how do we get this thing started?
Well, we show the guests getting into costume and choosing their weapons, and then they go into a stagecoach which takes them to the hotel where they go and get checked in.
Stagecoach is late.
You know, I've been to a few theme parks, and when I retell the stories of the cool stuff that I did while I was there, it usually doesn't start out by telling them about the taxi ride, or the process of getting checked in, or any of that. What's the point?
Well, we call it world building. It's showing how this park operates. Plus, we show that the only way you can tell a robot from a human is from their hands. They didn't get the hands right.
Is that going to be an important plot point, like, later?
Not really, no. But this way, if someone, an audience member, asks the question, well, how could you tell a robot from a human? They're going to know the answer.
To be honest, it would not shock me if you went to a movie and asked a question like that. But you may be shocked to learn that most of us do not watch movies about aliens attacking the Earth and go, huh, I wonder what caliber of ray gun that is.
Ray gun doesn't have a caliber. That question doesn't make any sense.
Will you just get on with your script?
Right, so we learned that Paul is going through a divorce, and John basically brought him there to help him forget about it, at least for a short period of time.
What the hell's wrong with you? You're a lawyer.
You know better than anybody else what a ride she took you for.
Well,
And that's going to be a reoccurring theme? Like that he can't forget about his ex, or that, oh, he decides that after all of this, all he wants is to get back with her?
No, not really. In fact, we don't mention it again for the whole thing. It just gives him some background.
Then when are we going to start the plot?
Oh, right now, because John and Peter have gone to a bar where John introduces Peter to whiskey.
Just enjoy yourself.
And one of the robots, the gunslinger, purposely causes him to spill his drink.
Oh, wow. I remember the last time I was introduced to whiskey, and it's a meeting I could have done without. But anyway, so now, after we've done all this, he's going to take out his gun and have a good old-fashioned shootout, right?
Oh, yeah. Just as soon as the robot insults him like 3 times.
Wait, why does it take him so long?
Well, he's hesitant to actually shoot the gunslinger. He's afraid he might be shooting a real person.
Is that possible?
We're getting to that. So, eventually he does shoot the gunslinger, and he does kill him. But later on, he's asking John, how can he be so sure he's not going to shoot a guest on accident? So John has him try to shoot him, and big surprise, the gun actually doesn't fire. It shows that the gun has a sensor inside that checks for body temperature. The target has a body temperature, it's not going to fire.
shoot! The gun has a sensing device.
Okay, so what you're telling me is these guns will let me shoot anything I want, except for people, and an open flame.
Oh, we're not going to mention the open flame part.
Oh, right, but the gun will sense the temperature, and it won't fire. Also, this means that if I shoot a glass that you're standing next to, you could technically still be hit by the shattered glass. I am seeing a few issues with how this works. Not to mention if there's a piano hanging from a wire, like there always is in those old movies.
Regardless, John and Peter are looking for some fun, so they decide to go to the local whorehouse and get some women.
The fellow's new in town?
Yep.
So now, not only do you have people shooting robots, you have people shooting things inside of robots.
Not exactly how I would word that, but okay. But what exactly were you thinking was happening in that Rome world you made up? That they were having sex with people? I mean, everyone in the park is a robot except for the guests.
Well, there has to be someone human with a pulse, blood pressure, in charge of this place. You cannot tell me the robots are all running around and doing everything.
Of course not. In fact, after John and Peter have sex with the robots and decide that they really like the place, we then show what happens behind the scenes as a cleanup crew shows up while the guests are asleep and pick up all the dead robots.
Okay, but how are they going to sneak in the middle of the night and get these robots without waking everybody up and making a big commotion? I mean, it's going to be pitch black.
Oh, they're going to bring in some lights and a van to load all the robots into.
And I suppose everybody's just entirely too tired to wake up from the lights.
Of course not. With all the drinking, shooting, and shooting things inside the robots, as you put it, that they've been doing all day long, they're far too exhausted to wake up.
You know, I hate to say this, but that actually makes sense.
Doesn't it? So, the fan then takes the robots to the entrance of the underground lab. They are taken inside, and teams of scientists take a look at the robots and fix them up as needed.
What do you think?
I wonder if we shouldn't try and rewire her.
No, I'd replace the whole unit rather than try to repair it.
With a tin?
Use an XX50 if we have any in stock. The double X's have a longer lifespan.
So, we've got people going to the amusement park, having some fun, robots getting killed, people putting them back together. All extremely interesting stuff. One question. What exactly is the plot? You have no conflict. There's nothing actually happening so far in this story.
But this is when the plot starts, because it turns out more and more robots are malfunctioning. The head scientists have a meeting, and they reveal that not only have they noticed more malfunctions, they noticed that it started in one park and actually has spread to the other parks, almost like a virus.
There's a clear pattern here which suggests an analogy to an infectious disease process, spreading from one resort area to the next.
So now you're saying the robots got germs?
Actually, they don't know what the robots got. But most of the scientists even scoff at the idea of there being such a thing as a computer virus that could possibly be causing any issues.
So what do they do about it?
Absolutely nothing. So we instead establish that the gunslinger robot from before seems to have a beef with the new guys that have shown up that, killed him the day before, and when he tries to kill them again.
As one would. So you started a plot and did nothing with it. Great. Also, something tells me that these guys are going to get rather tired of killing the same dude over and over again.
Maybe they might. But first, they had to deal with the fact that Peter has been arrested for murdering the gunslinger.
Wait, what? He's not a robot, not a person. Your rules. Why are they arresting him?
It's just part of the attraction. It makes the place feel more real this way.
Shot a man, you'll have to stand trial. Judge will be here next week. If I were you, I wouldn't trouble over your friend here. Judge Benson likes to hang him. Hang him high.
How much are they paying to go to this real place?
$1,000 a day.
I don't know about you, but I'm not about to pay $1,000 a day to have someone lock me up in a prison cell while I will likely get butt love by some dude named Bubba.
It's not that kind of prison. Besides, the whole point is now they get a chance to break Paul out of prison.
Oh, I swear I will break your kidneys if you tell me they're going to give him a cake with a file in it.
No, of course not. They give him a lunch tray with dynamite on it.
Holy God, are you still on the medication? That's a great idea. If you want to blow up your main character, how the hell is he supposed to survive that?
Oh, he's gonna hug the one wall. He's fine. However, I can't say the same for the sheriff. See, he comes running out to stop them, and John shoots him dead right there, and then he rides off at Peter.
Hold it!
So, the sheriff was a robot? Okay, but aren't they concerned about, now they're outlaws?
Nah, because now the town has no law, they can just do whatever they want.
So you still have no plot?
Actually, this is when a snake attacks and bites John.
Look out! Let me handle this.
Get it! Jump!
Big whoopee freaking do! Snakes do that! It's literally what they do! Next you'll be telling me that we're gonna have a dog that barks or a cat that catches mice! Why are you making this out to be such a big deal?
Because the snake is a robot, and the robots are not supposed to harm the guests.
Wait, the snake is a robot. They have robot snakes?
Yeah, all the animals are robots. Horses, cows, dogs, everything.
So they couldn't just get real animals, they had to make robots of them too? Does this snake bite incident cause anything to happen? Because so far, aside from a couple of guys getting lucky, nothing's really happened.
Of course, they right away pick up the snake and examine it, and they find that the logic circuits failed to respond, but can find no clue as to what caused such a malfunction, or anything else that's actually wrong with the snake. So, they conclude that they have to do something. So the decision is made to finish up with the current guests, and then temporarily close the park for 1 month.
I feel we should shut down the resort for a month.
Oh, that seems rash.
Well, the snake injured a guest. We can't allow that to happen.
So the people in your movie discovered a problem and actually decided to close the place down for safety? You can't have smart people in a movie. How can you have a body count if people do the right thing?
Well, we can't have a body count yet. We have important things to show.
What could possibly be more important than the plot?
A planned bar fight happening in WestWorld!
All right. Let's start that bar fight.
Cheat!
What? Why would they plan a bar fight?
To make the park authentic and more interesting. Obviously.
So, much like my love life, we still have nothing happening then.
Well, we do have technicians deciding that since they have to fix the gunslinger robot that, got killed again, they might as well just do some upgrades by giving him improved hearing and infrared vision.
What's his problem?
Nothing. He got shot up today, so we're taking the opportunity to replace the visual cortex. Using the new infrared units. And we're increasing audio sensitivity.
Wait! Whoa! Whoa! His sole purpose is to start a fight and lose! Why would he need improved hearing and infrared vision for that?
That's not important. What is important is that in Medieval World we have a guest who attempts to have sex with one of the female robots and she declines him several times.
Well.
My lord.
So, maybe she wasn't in the mood.
Daphne.
My lord.
Well, the whole point is that the robots are programmed to go along with whatever the guests want. They aren't supposed to be able to turn down a guest for any reason.
Ooh, that's gotta make for some sticky, nasty, and sometimes bloody situations.
Daphne.
My lord forgets himself.
So, this is where we're gonna have the robots go insane and run amok?
Actually, this is when we were going to have the guy from Medieval World fight the Black Knights.
Prepare for thy doom, thou scurrilous knave!
What would possibly possess him to do that?
To be able to sleep with the Queen, remember? I mean, hell, this was your idea.
The Queen!
That was before you told me the robots do whatever the guests want. If the place just lets the guests do what they want, why do they have to fight any knights first?
Well, to make it more realistic.
So, you honestly believe that in medieval times, if you fought a knight, you got to shag the queen? Is that how you think things actually worked back then?
Of course not.
Good.
It only works if you fight the Black Knight. Any other knight just gets you on the chambermaids. So, he fights the knight, and the knight kills him.
Oh, hey, so the guy killed the knight. Wait, no, the knight killed the... Finally! At least we got some plot. Took you long enough.
And this is when the gunslinger shows up to our main characters and tells them to draw. They, of course, are bored with killing the robot by this time. So John decides to kill him since Peter did it the last 2 times.
Hold it!
Oh.
And the robot promptly kills John.
Oh, yeah.
I'm shot. What? I'm shot.
So why are the people who are running this joint not doing anything about all this killing?
Oh, they are trying to do something. They immediately try to shut down all the robots, but none of them are responding to the shutdown command. After that, they then decide to turn off the main power.
They're not responding.
Should we cut the main power grid, sir? It'll kill the life.
Shut it all down. Shut it all down.
But the robots instead start running on their battery power, which will last 1 to 12 hours, depending on when they got their last charge.
Yeah, they're screwed.
In more ways than one, actually, because it turns out when they turned off the main power, that turned off the power to the doors to get in and out of the control room. Locking them inside and also turned off the ventilation system means that they are going to die of asphyxiation.
Temperature elevated, 98 degrees.
Oxygen, 17% and dropping.
Get that power on so we can open these doors.
But seriously, they never heard of a door handle? I have the IQ of a plant, and I know how to turn a door handle. They have to have electronic locks that lock when they have no power? You know what? I take back what I said earlier. These people, not so smart. In fact, they are stupid.
Well, regardless, we now have our big showdown between Peter and the gunslinger.
So they have a long, drawn-out fight in WestWorld where he has to use his surroundings to his advantage, right?
No, he actually runs away on his horse into the desert.
What? How is that a showdown? He doesn't try to fight him?
Well, at one point he does try to ambush him, but with the new upgrades, the robot is actually able to hear his breathing, so he fires at Peter, causing Peter to drop his gun, and then Peter runs away again.
So he dropped his gun, and he ran away. I don't know about you, but if I'm being shot at by a killer robot that I've already killed twice, and I know it's pissed because it just whacked my best friend, the only thing I'm going to hold on to for dear life other than my left testicle is my gun. I might drop my hat, I might lose my glasses, hell, my pants could fall to the ground and I could have to run in my shit-stained underwear. But I guarantee you, that gun is staying firmly in my hands.
Well, Peter unfortunately does not follow your logic and instead runs away and ends up running into one of the maintenance guys for the park. He asks the guy to tell him how to stop the gunslinger.
There's nothing you can do. If he's after you, he'll get you. You haven't got a chance.
Nice guy. I'm guessing he wasn't making Employee of the Month anytime soon?
Well, he certainly isn't now, because as soon as the gunslinger catches up to him, he kills the maintenance guy. Thankfully, this does give Peter enough time to get to Medieval World.
Nope. No. You have been spending all this time in those two worlds, and you haven't shown a damn thing in the Roman world. Ooh, he has to end up there.
Ugh, fine, he ends up in Roman world. Regardless, he gets there by going over a stream so the robot can't see his thermal pattern.
But he's on a horse. The horse is a robot. The robots don't have heat, which is why the guests can't shoot them. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, right. Forgot about that. Anyway, he finds a tunnel leading into the maintenance shafts under the park, and he goes there.
How? Did he have a map? Was it in the brochure that here's the maintenance shaft? Is there a big sign that reads, "Yoo-hoo, maintenance shaft, down here, employees only"?
Well, no.
Oh, this is when he rips off his cowboy shirt, has the big S on it with the P on top of the S, and he uses his plot powers to find the tunnel so that you can have your showdown in the maintenance area.
Guess that's one way of putting it, yeah, basically.
Fine. So, let me guess, he doesn't find bubblegum, lollipops, and happy little girls skipping rope in the tunnels.
Well, no, he actually finds all the dead people in the main control room, but more importantly, he finds lots of acid.
Why did they have so much acid?
Because they needed it? Oh, for maintenance purposes?
Yeah, sure they did.
So Peter pretends to be a robot, and then as the gunslinger walks past him, splashes the acid on his face.
Wait, he has heat vision. How did the robot not know that he was laying there?
Oh, because he wasn't using it that time. Yeah.
Oh, you are really stretching things for this finale.
I don't know what you're talking about. So he leaves the maintenance area and finds himself in medieval world.
Isn't the gunslinger still after him?
Well, he is, but Peter quickly realizes that the robot is now blind because of the acid, and that he can only see with his infrared, making it so that when Peter stands next to a torch, he is practically invisible to the robot.
Oh, well, this should be a piece of cake. I mean, Peter's got to be smart enough to use the torch to kill the robot.
Actually, that's exactly what he does.
Finally! Thank God. So that's the end of the film?
Well, no, Peter actually hears a woman crying for help in the dungeon, so he goes there to rescue her.
She's a robot.
That's not sad. I mean, she keeps asking for help as Peter frees her, and he goes to get her some water.
It's okay.
Help me.
All right, all right. You're gonna be all right.
Yes, and she is a robot.
Well, actually, see, the girl refuses the water, but he forces her to drink.
Okay, for the love of Jesus, man. One has 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 things, and is powered by IBM. The bitch is a robot.
Yeah, she's revealed to be a robot.
Oh, what a surprise. Why didn't the guy just look at her hands? Remember the plots of the hands that the hands. I know you established that earlier. I was listening for once.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Oh, what's the point of the scene?
Oh, because when he turns around, he comes face to face with the gunslinger.
Wait, he still isn't dead?
Actually, he is. He just has enough strength to lunge at Peter before he falls over dead.
And that is the merciful end.
Yep, we end with some voiceover clips from the opening commercial, just to make it kind of creepy. So, what did you think?
Okay, I realize you just got over major surgery, and it's very, very possible that there are still traces of drugs in your system. So I want to try to be nice. However, I gotta be a little honest. I think you have about 15 minutes of plot inside an hour-and-a-half film. Don't get me wrong, it sounds interesting, and I personally wouldn't mind seeing it. But a story, this is not. It's more like a theme park. A ride with a little substance, but fun nonetheless, which is rather fitting considering the subject matter.
So, does that mean you'll make it a movie?
Of course! Why not? But whatever you do, don't tell Wendy about this. I got a bet going on with her that I will never make a Western, and I fear she may use this movie to try to get that $100 out of me.
I promise, I will not tell Wendy a thing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm working on a script about zombies, so I need to find a good cemetery to camp out so I can really get inside the mind of a zombie. Later!
I really wish he would stop telling me about his social life. I do not want to be arrested as an accessory or an accomplice to whatever eventually gets him thrown in jail.
Postcard? I didn't even know they did these anymore. So, the old jerk's gonna do the Western movie. Yes! Best $100 I've ever spent.